Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Buon dia, boa tarde. I'm here with Alberto Di Tadi from Leonidas Travel. We're lucky to have you with us. And I know you have a beautiful presentation, a beautiful webinar with something new and cool.
Thank you, Dominique. I will be sharing my presentation and we'll start. I know you are very busy. I can tell it's a crazy season. So I will try to be brief, but very informative. I know there are many travel advisors attending today who are not familiar with Leonidas Travel. So let me just go through a couple of information about our amazing DMC. Of course, we do cover destinations such as Croatia, Slovenia, Montenegro, also in connection with the northeast part of Italy, Venice, my hometown, and Trieste. You're getting very familiar with Trieste since most of the crews have moved there, but it's an amazing city in Italy, completely different from other cities you have visited in Italy. So that's also a good chance to visit a part of Italy that you don't know, and you can easily connect with Slovenia, Croatia, and Montenegro. Just to give you an idea, Venice to Ljubljana is about 2 hours drive. So you can really be creative and also offer your clients an experience that can combine more than one destination. You may combine northeast of Italy with Slovenia and Istria, or you can fly into Split, enjoy the Dalmatia Islands, and combine it with Montenegro. Of course, you are very familiar with my team. There are many more, but I didn't have time because it's a very busy season to update this picture. We are now 22, and thank you for your business. I know you enjoy working with them. They're very informative, responsive. They will always make you look like the star in front of your clients, even if you're not familiar with the destination. Of course, we have a collection of hotels ranging from 4-star to 5-star luxury. You don't have to book the hotel with us, but of course, when you do, you get some extra amenities that is given by the great relationship that Leonidas Travel has with such properties. They will always go the extra mile for the clients. They will always guarantee me the upgrade for your clients if it's available. So that's really an amenity beside the consortium amenities such as Virtuoso, Signature, Traveler Made, Internova. We are affiliated with all those consortium. In terms of accommodations, we might not match the level of Italy yet, but in terms of floating accommodation, Croatia, Montenegro have some of the best marinas in Europe, and really a suite in a cabin inside a luxury motor yacht has nothing to envy to one of the best suites of a luxury hotel, with the difference, with the benefit that the view changes every single morning. Also, Leonidas Travel owns a car and driver company. It's called A&G, like Alberto and Giorgio. We wanted to sound like Dolce & Gabbana, but we are much nicer. And we have a fleet of Mercedes E-Class and V-Class. It's a van that fits up to 7 people plus the driver. Our drivers are terrific, English speaking, very knowledgeable. Honestly, clients are always reserving the best feedback for our drivers because it feels like you're traveling with a local friend, and they really love this experience. But beside our car and driver company, we can provide any means of transportation, some vintage car experience. We have this new program in Istria that we can tour this peninsula on a Fiat 500. It's quite fun, jovial, and clients really, really love it. Or we can, we can have a T model of Ford to go around Zagreb, for example. Or we can tour the Brioni Islands with the Cadillac that Fidel Castro gave to Tito. In terms of renting a car, self-driving is good in our destinations, but always remember, when you rent a car through Leonidas Travel, we always deliver it at your first hotel when you check out, and we collect it at the last hotel when you check in, so you can enjoy private transfer from the airport and to the airport and avoid the stress of collecting the card. No minimum booking to work with us. As I told you before, you may have Leonidas Travel in charge of your FIT, or you can do the hotels on your own, and we can take care of the land portion, or just a transfer and a guided tour. We quote net to you in US dollar or in euro. We also have a US bank account with JP Morgan Chase Bank. So if you are from the US, the transactions will take place in the US, and this is something clients like very much. No credit card fee. We try to be as flexible as possible with our terms and conditions, but I'm sure you are realizing that it's going to be quite of a busy season, and terms and conditions also from our partners are getting stricter and stricter. We always protect your commission if there are additional services that your clients arrange through us while they're traveling. We are not waking you up in the middle of the night just to say that a client has requested a car and driver service. We'll deal through Axus or WhatsApp directly with the clients. We'll confirm the service, we'll send you an email, and when you wake up in the morning, you realize that while you were sleeping, you were making money. So you go back to sleep and see what happens next. Of course, we provide you. I know some of you do a lot of business with us, and they are totally in love with the way we send you the itinerary. No more PDF. We send you a link. It's an online link. You can click on it, and the itinerary is presented beautifully. And you can easily forward it to your clients because we always give you a separate quote on the email. Of course, we do upload the itinerary on Axis when it's confirmed, and that's a great way to keep in touch with the clients and follow up with them throughout their stay. And of course, for those VIP, we also offer a butler service, which is also a dedicated WhatsApp number with a personal assistant that can take care of the VIP client 24/7. Now, I want to go quickly over the destinations that we cover, and I would like to start with Slovenia, this very bucolic, tiny country, only 2 million people living here. It's one of the most green country in Europe, and it has this at human scale cities and towns that really will fascinate you. Of course, as you can see, it's a very tiny country, so you could drive from, if you're staying in Ljubljana, which is an excellent base for touring the country, no more than 1 hour and 30 minutes, you can reach all the major highlights. You can drive up north west to the Alpine region, including Lake Bled and Lake Bohinj, to the west to Goriška Brda, one of my favorite wine region ever, and to the south to enjoy Postojna Caves, Predjama Castle, and a visit to the Adriatic Riviera of Slovenia, or to the east, to the Pannonian, famous for thermal bath and golf course and bucolic landscape. Of course, starting with Ljubljana, we have a lot of things on news for you. We can open the National Library, which is the one that you see to the right, down to the right. We can open the National Library after visiting our. We can arrange a private performance at the Krenges Theater for your clients. But what I like best when I touch base in Ljubljana is just to take a bike and ride my bike to Tivoli Park and explore all the art pieces around the city. Of course, as I mentioned before, this picturesque Instagrammer picture of Lake Bled. Is just 1 hour and 30 minutes north of Ljubljana, and you can mix it with some adventurous experience on the way, or just an easy Pletna boat ride to church to ring the bell. And as I mentioned before, to the west is Goriška Brda. There are some amazing small boutique castle hotel, like Greenwich Castle, for example, Kandovoritz, really ancient style. They are not 5-star luxury, but I'm sure clients, even the most pretending one, would enjoy the bucolic landscape and the attention to details that these family-run hotels have for them. And great, consider that Goriška Brda has the highest number of new Michelin star restaurants. Isla Franco just turned 3-star Michelin, and it's truly a gourmet, Epicurean experience. Of course, you can mix it also with a visit to Postojna Caves and Predjama Castle, completely excavated in this rock, amazing for the kids. You can enjoy a visit to the Lipizzanen horses and maybe a picnic in their property. The Adriatic side of Slovenia, or as I told you before, the east part of Maribor and Otoče. And now Croatia, of course. As you can see from this map, Croatia stretches in length, and the landscape changes dramatically miles after miles. So you can start from the Austro-Hungarian capital, Zagreb, and drive 3 hours to Istria, the new hot destination in Croatia, with no doubt. Istria, this heart-shaped peninsula, is really booming with 5-star luxury hotels. It's surrounded by pristine water. The inland looks like Tuscany, and you can really enjoy this Italian flavor all around the peninsula. Of course, driving distances are, let's say, from Zagreb to Dubrovnik, it would take you, if you are driving with me, probably 9 hours, but you don't want to drive with me. So I would say 12 hours, and really gives you the idea of the distances in Croatia. Of course, we can start, as I said, in the Austro-Hungarian style capital, Zagreb, and explore the Hungarian castle north of the capital. Or, of course, we can indulge in the Plitvice Lake. If you're able to pronounce it, you win an extra prize, of course. And of course, it's 16 lakes at different levels, creating cascades and waterfall. It's amazing. There are some very nice lodges where you can spend the night, and that's what I suggest my client, because you can wake up early in the morning and skip the line. This is one of the most, well, actually the most visited site in Croatia. It's like our Vatican, and but in the morning, before 11, you skip all the buses and tourists, and so it's quite, and you can do the hiking at different level. You can just pick 2 hours, 4 hours, and if you want to go like a pro, 8 hours with our hiking guide will be quite adventurous. And of course, when you go back to your lodge, you can enjoy a typical Lika area meal on a peka, which is this slow process of cooking under the iron bell. And then Istria, as I mentioned, this is really in few square meters, a few square miles, you have a big universe of nice villages rising on top of hills, a picturesque and colorful town dotting the coastline. Of course, the main currency here is wine, organic olive oil production, and of course, truffle. This is the second largest area in Europe after the Piedmont for truffle, and it's very famous for the white truffle. The best time to visit is definitely October, November. The whole peninsula is celebrating this exclusive product. And then we can proceed south to Zadar, very unique and very iconic city of Croatia, with a lot of art installation, like for example the sea organ that produces this sound constantly while you are enjoying a walk along the boardwalk of the city, or the greeting of the sun. Hemingway wrote once that really Zadar can enjoy one of the best sunset in the world. Outside of Zadar, there are some of the thousands islands that dots on the coastline of Croatia. The Kornati Island, it's a moon landscape paradise, and it's a mecca for sailing. So if you like sailing, if your clients are asking for that, it is truly something very, very unique. Proceeding south, Shibeni, that also has an amazing national park made of cascades. It's called Kirka National Park. There are plenty of activities, and it's really a little bit more out of the touristic radar. Therefore, you're very close to Split, but it is not that busy like Split in summertime, so you can really enjoy amazing accommodations. You are very close to the major highlights, and still you enjoy more privacy and less noisy and touristy spot. Of course, Split is the second largest city in Croatia, very famous for the nightlife. We don't have amazing luxury, five-star luxury hotels here, but if you are willing to feel like a local, the small boutique heritage hotel inside the city center, which is basically built inside the Diocletian Palace, which is the best Roman palace preserved in the world, of course, then you will not regret it. Otherwise, there are some other very nice boutique accommodation, but of course, Split is also famous because it's the gate to the Dalmatia Islands, and it has a great nightlife. We can arrange a visit to the basement of the Diocletian Palace after visiting hour. Then we can pick a nice location where we have some clapa dancing performing for us. There are plenty of opportunity in this very vibrant city, but as I said, it's the gate to the Dalmatia Island, so let's take the opportunity to charter a catamaran. I love this model of boat, but of course we got plenty of motorboat, luxury motorboat, sailing boat, goulette, share cruise, but I definitely like catamaran best, especially if you are traveling with your family or with a group of friends. You have a very big common area, and with your catamaran you can start enjoying the Dalmatia Islands. Of course, the most popular are Brač, Hvar, Korčula, but also Mljet, Šolta, Vis are quite unique islands, and we can really customize your experience. You can dock every night in a different equipped marina, or according with the captain, you can pick a secluded cove and enjoy being in the nature all by yourself, with your friends, with your lover, with your family. So this is truly a paradise on earth, and sometimes we have usually, clients who decide to have this Dalmatia experience. Usually the rent of the boat is for like 6 nights, and you can do every single island, and then you can disembark in Dubrovnik. Of course, Hvar is like our Ibiza, but very classy. July is the perfect time to visit, not too crowded, lavender in full bloom, and my best suggestion is always to charter a speedboat for the day, enjoy the Pakleni Islands, rich restaurants that otherwise you won't be able to book, and enjoy a dip in this crystal blue water. Of course, there are some very amazing art There's a lot of tradition, a lot of olive mills, a lot of local that will open their private houses for you and do a cooking class, show you how they make their excellent wine. And clients really like it. And we also have a blue grotto in this, so you don't need to go all the way to Capri. If it's too busy, just pick Croatia this summer. Then we have some amazing spot that we have picked for you. Great for an aperitif or a light dinner. Of course, it would be a great location for a proposal. If she or he says no, remember there's a big cliff in front of you, and there's no refund though. That's important to clarify. And then Korčula. Korčula is a little Dubrovnik, but more classy in my opinion, a little bit more out of the touristy path. And again, great winery in this island, great accommodation. There's right in front of this town, there's Corta Catarina, one of my favorite 10-bedroom villa. And it's in the Pelješac Peninsula, which is another very important wine region that produces the Plavac Mali, the small blue, but also the oyster. Very famous, Pelješac Peninsula is very famous for the oyster. And here we are with the medieval town of Stone, surrounded by the longest wall after China, where you can embark on a wooden boat. In a few minutes, you will reach a wooden platform in the middle of this crystal blue water lagoon, and you can pick the fresh oyster and taste them directly on spot. Or you can visit wineries such as Milos, for example, completely organic. Of course, that's not an easy Tuscany gentle hill spot. You need SUV to climb this vineyard, but it's really worth it. And the view that you can enjoy from there, it's stunning. Of course, here are some example of what you could do. And then, of course, Dubrovnik, the Renaissance city built entirely in stone, surrounded by those imposing walls. As you can see, the small old town, the old town is very small. It has a lot of attractions. What me and Dominique like to do is to sneak in the evening, after our dinner at Nautica or at 360. We like to enjoy a jazz concert in town because by that time most of the tourists are gone. So in the evening you really enjoy. And most of the hotels, the 5-star luxury hotels, are along the coast, so outside of the old town. And it's great. You can enjoy, you can relax at the beach, or you can do a buggy safari with me, or we can do a cooking class. We can do a lot of activities. And then towards the evening, we can go back to the old town because, as I said, most of the daily tourists will be gone. It's just a little tip that you get when you work with people who have their feet on the ground. And of course, on the way to Montenegro, only 1 hour drive south of Dubrovnik is, I'm sure many of you are familiar with One and Only, but there are also many other nice hotels in Montenegro. But on the way in the Konavle area, we can enjoy a nice local cooking class with very, very cute people. And of course, and then we touch base in Montenegro. Montenegro is, of course, a very small country, but full of beauty. It's one of the best secrets in Europe, and the roads are not excellent. So I always suggest to have a driver at disposal to drive you around. Otherwise, you could get in trouble. But of course, there are some sites. You look at the map; they look very close to you. But the truth is that it might take a long time. So even an helicopter flight over would be a good suggestion. Or you can drive with me again if you are brave enough. I'm happy. Or you might prefer to take a boat from your hotel into the Boca Bay and explore all the jewels of the area and a nice lunch in a local restaurant. Of course, the Boca Bay is the must scene of this area with the medieval town of Kotor and Perast, Lady of the Rock. Spending the time here is like being in Lake Como at the end of your trip, you know, where you can relax in a very luxury hotel, enjoy stunning views. This is the most southern fjord in Europe, and you can enjoy it at 70, 75 degree Fahrenheit. You don't have to freeze to enjoy it, so it's quite nice. There are other many important sites like Cetinje, the former capital of Montenegro, Lovćen. If you are fit for this kind of hiking, it will give you an amazing view of the region. And also Ostrog Monastery, it's quite tough to reach, but as I said before, we can also provide an helicopter flyover if you don't have enough time to enjoy all these sites. And south is Crater Lake, Budva. I'm happy that I'm actually positive. I cannot make it official, of course. I know Villa Milocer from Amman is operating. I'm really crossing my fingers for Amman, Sveti Stefan, to reopen soon because it's, in my opinion, one of the most iconic Amman in the world. And as I said, you can enjoy this tiny country also on a helicopter flyover. It could also be a very nice experience. Oh, am I on time, Dominique? Did I talk too much as usual?
No, you're perfect. You're perfect. It's 12:31 and we start at 05, remember? So less than 30 minutes.
Oh, great.
Bravo.
Beating my record. Good.
Yeah.
My contact, just feel free to email me. I'll be traveling quite a bit, but I'll always make sure that I match you with the right people in my office, and you'll be amazed. I always ask for your feedback. That's very important. If you have any suggestion, any feedback that would help us improving our service, we would really appreciate. We are growing thanks to your business and thanks to your support.
Oh, well, thank you. You already are wonderful. But anyway, there is always place for improvement, as you said, but you are close to perfection. Huh? And
wow, Dominique, not
good. And I know from my own experience when I went with you and some of these beautiful pictures you show that I can say, wow, I've been there. So
yeah,
still missing some, huh?
Yeah. You need to come back. You need to come back and also explore the northern part because it's very fascinating. And also Slovenia, it's booming very much.
It was a combination, I think, of the people, the scenery, the food, the wine. Everything was like so perfect. And I think if people have not been there yet, they're gonna be shocked almost, huh?
And remember, 2/3 the price of Italy. So that could be also a very solid. I love my country, but I admit it's a very solid alternative to Italy also.
So let's look at our Q&A. Connie said buongiorno. Laurie said she's in Boston. Suzanne, she said hello from Woodstock. Velma, she will send a booking request later today. Well, that was fast. Brianna said hello from Vancouver. Denise, huge time saver. Thank you for Axus. Alors, Denise, something weird happened, I have to tell you. You send a message at 12:16 p.m. and me at 12:16 p.m. I was wondering about the border crossing. And I know that because at the same time it was 12:16, I click to see, you know, to make sure nobody needs anything from me. And I'm like, wow, the same question. So how is the border crossing process?
Okay, so
she mentioned that her last trip, it was quite time consuming, crossing info out of Bosnia, and we had a chauffeur. Is Slovenia easy? So my question was just the border crossing, if it was a process, but it was strange.
Yeah, well, first of all, there are no more borders since January 2023 between Slovenia and Croatia. There is a border crossing to go to Montenegro. I usually suggest not to travel on weekends in August. because that could be quite of an experience. If you are driving to Bosnia, you have to go through border check, and really there is no way for me to influence the outcome of that. It means sometimes it depends on the police officer. With my drivers, we always coordinate. There are several entrance border crossing, so we always pick the one that is less busy, of course. But going from Split to Dubrovnik before 2023, you had to go through the border of Bosnia for just a little strip of land, and you were supposed to go check into Bosnia and check out from Bosnia. That created big lines of cars. But now in 2023, Dominique, you remember, we drove down the Pelješac Bridge, which connect Croatia with the municipality of Dubrovnik. Therefore, we bypassed Bosnia. So there is no more problem with the border crossing if you are going from Split to Dubrovnik. But of course, if you are going from Split to Bosnia because you are visiting Blagaj, Medjugorje, Sarajevo, then you will have to go through border control. Same thing with Montenegro, but with Montenegro, thanks to a big luxury hotel like One and Only. You remember, Dominique, it took us 10 minutes to go through the border, but it depends. Usually I don't suggest taking a day trip in August on weekends. Otherwise, during the week is okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was asking if you have a catalog of all your amazing experiences.
Oh, well, of course,
Yeah.
in our website, you can access the private area. For the travel advisors only, you can request the credentials, and you can access some more private tours with prices, approximate prices for the boats, for the tours, and so on.
Mhm.
But
Marie-Jo,
I'm happy to give you. I'll send you a follow-up after this webinar, including the recording of the webinar. Just give us a 24-hour, and I'll give you also some samples that you can really find a big source of inspiration. You can easily also send it to your clients. It's an itinerary link. It's just a link, online link, so it's quite practical.
Mary, yes, we will be sending the recording, and she said she's happy. She just made her first booking with Leonidas.
We'll take very good care. No worries. You find me. No worries.
Jeanne, she said, thank you for the wonderful overview. Connie, thank you, Alberto, for a wonderful trip down memory lane. Love Leonidas, our favorite DMC, she said. Suzanne, all three countries looks to be fantastic for serious hiker who mix their travel with culture and lifestyle. I think that's correct.
Definitely.
Helen, what should we plan to spend for a family of 4, daily spend or per week?
It depends on the season, but I would, for a family of 4, I would consider at least in the summertime, I would consider at least 1,200 per day.
For 4, okay. Barb, wonderful presentation. I'm working with Justin now on a group itinerary. Thank you, Barb.
You are in very good hands with Houston.
Okay, so
don't forget me. They all forget me once they work with my people because they are much better. So
Denise, I'm gonna let Alberto pronounce what you say because my it's not yet perfect for me, my accent. Angela, thank you, Alberto. So many beautiful places to experience. Suzanne, Bosnia, is it possible to include Bosnia on a travel client?
it is possible. Yes, absolutely. Bosnia is also very fascinating. Usually we suggest a day trip, and the major sites are definitely Blagaj, Mostar, which is full of culture and religious and really, and Sarajevo also. It is very interesting. Plus, it has some very exciting new wineries that are performing very, very well.
Courtney, you said fabulous.
Medjugorje also for those who like religious trip.
Courtney say, fabulous presentation. Leonidas is the absolute best. You see?
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Lori, wonderful. Thank you so much. Angela, is there an extra charge to drive in the red car with the Italian movie star? Wow, that's the best comment. When you were mentioning please with me, I said, me.
I give you a ride for free. Don't worry.
All right. So I think they're going to be a line, huh? Because everybody heard this, Alberto. So there is a cue.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Thank you very much.
Suzanne, thank you so much for introducing us to all this incredible destination. Wonderful presentation. Caitlin, love this. We need to get every Italian inquiry to go to Croatia instead. Thank you.
Good.
Debbie, thank you for the great overview. I hope to send many clients very soon. And Lynn, thank you. Wonderful presentation. Well, thank you
very
everyone.
much.
Thank you very much. And I know you're in good hands. So that's definitely Suzanne.
And again, you know where to find me, so no worries. I always traveled with Dominique, so I don't want to put my life in danger.
All right, so I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody, and I hope to see some of you. We have another webinar today. We're going to Brazil at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember also that to connect with Alberto, you can go on letsconnect365.com and schedule a 15 minutes meeting with him if you want to. If you can't get to his red car, maybe at least you get the 15 minutes. Huh? All right. So thank you.
I
think
might change it next year, so don't wait
thank
to look.
you. Maria, thank you. Everybody's happy with your wonderful presentation. Huh? Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
I can go have an aperitif now.
Okay, aperitivo for you.
Aperitif time.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dominique. You are wonderful. Number one.
You too. Bye.